Hey everyone, today we discuss next week's 4-panel comic news. Can Keimoto appear in this section? Fujino asks about Keimoto, and the teacher replies humorously he's a skip class king of the neighbouring class. Though absent from school, he wanted to draw comics. Fujino agreed, but knew it wasn't easy for amateurs. Drawing a good piece isn't easy. Fujino doubted if he could draw well, being too afraid to attend school. But just a week later, Fujino was amazed by the comic news. The art made him question life, the perfect lines made him seek a corner to reflect. Classmates gasped, "This is pro work." They wondered if Keimoto was that ruins the kid. Some even remarked, "Fujino's words are mundane, while Keimoto is a star." It hit Fujino like a slap. They're calling family praise. His art now seems a joke compared to Keimoto. Fujino was stunned, convinced Keimoto secretly practiced while at school. Such a young rival. But Fujino couldn't muster the courage to say it's absolutely not. Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino. Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino. Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino, Fujino's Fujino. Fujino's art skills were skyrocketing, but it's true, you can't have your cake and eat it too. His obsession with drawing was slowly making his friends vanish. His buddy tried to talk sense into him, worried that if Fujino kept this up, people would label him the slacker otaku. But Fujino brushed it off. He was lost in his own thoughts until much later. When he finally got a hold of the school newspaper again, he carefully compared his work with Keimoto's. He sighed, "I lost," and declared he was done with drawing. Fujino asked Kaka if he wanted ice cream after school. Kaka happily agreed. It had been a while since they hung out, and Fujino seemed back to normal. He even started attending karate class with his sister and spent more time with family. Believe it or not, he even tossed out all his sketchbooks. As graduation rolled around, the teacher congratulated Fujino on his success but had a favor to ask. Could he deliver his diploma to Keimoto? Even if Fujino wasn't doing 4-panel comics in 6th grade anymore, the teacher joked that this was indeed. Fujino arrived at Keimoto's residence based on the address provided, knocked softly, but was met with silence, receiving no response. Nevertheless, the door remained unlocked. Thus, he pushed it open and softly inquired, "Excuse me, is anyone here?" "I'm here to deliver the diploma." Stepping in, Fujino saw comics everywhere, Keimoto's work. Hiding, Keimoto prompted Fujino to sketch 4-panel comics to tease him. As he finished, the paper blew away and sailed right into Keimoto's room. Fujino sensed the situation was getting out of hand, quickly placed the diploma down and scurried off. "Sorry, Fujino-sensei." Keimoto rushed out in a panic, forgetting shoes. Keimoto excitedly said she had been reading Fujino's comics weekly since 3rd grade. She called herself a fan of Fujino and asked for his autograph, but she was in a rush. She asked Fujino to sign on her coat's back. Fujino gladly did, and Keimoto, during this, said she loved all Fujino's works but often couldn't finish her own comics. Yet Fujino balanced school and weekly updates. Keimoto couldn't believe they were elementary students. Fujino's comic skills kept improving, and Keimoto saw him as a comic genius. But she couldn't understand why he stopped drawing 4-panel comics midway through 6th grade. Upon hearing her words, Fujino responded, "Actually, I haven't given up on comics. I've merely focused my efforts on preparing a story for a competition. By ceasing the creation of the 4-panel comics, I aim to pursue even more ambitious goals. See, I'm about to show you again. Watch carefully. It's raining outside. Looks like it's time to head back home. Stay safe, everyone. Bye." Bye. Following that, the two of them would collaboratively create an exciting comic together. Fujino drew the characters, while Keimoto focused on the backgrounds. After a year of hard work, their comic was finally complete. The male judge was astonished, never expecting two middle schoolers could pull off such high-level work. What a feat. What they didn't see coming was, when the results were announced, they snatched up the second place and got 1 million yen. Talk about hitting the jackpot. What thrilled them even more was that the artwork and story were top-notch. The organizers said they'd at least get an honorary award. Upon successfully receiving the prize money, Fujino made a decision to set aside 100,000 yen from it, intending to head into the city tomorrow for a thorough and enjoyable relaxation trip. Afterward, the two of them created 6 more pieces, and their bond only grew stronger. But the good times didn't last. The comic magazine editor wanted them to do a serialized comic. It was expected after high school graduation, as they had published 7 short works at 17, a bright future ahead. However, Kemoto wasn't too thrilled. He told Fujino, "I'm sorry, I want to go to art school, so can't help with the serialization." True, Fujino casually said Kemoto could just find an assistant for the backgrounds, but he didn't think an art degree was meaningful. He heard it was hard to find a job with an art degree. Kemoto said he'd work hard to tackle issues, trying independent living. Ultimately, after much deliberation, the two reluctantly decided to part ways and pursue new lives of their own. Fujino joined a company to serialize shark bits, while Kemoto ambitiously entered art university. But one day, while Fujino was immersed in drawing, he suddenly heard breaking news. Reports said that at an art university in Yamakoto City, a homeless man attacked several students with an axe-like weapon. Fujino, having heard that this was the city where Kemoto resided, promptly initiated a phone call. However, after a lengthy wait, there was still no response from Kemoto. It wasn't until his mom called, "Kemoto has passed away." Hearing this, Fujino suspended his comic serialization. Fujino walked to Kemoto's home, looking at the comics they had created together. When he flipped to that old 4-panel comic, regret surged within him. If only I hadn't drawn this, Kemoto wouldn't have died. It's all my fault.